Hello and welcome back to cobbleverse. This is Shaggy Too High coming back at you real fast with another attack. Now, this is my first time playing this, and I decided I wanted to evolve an Eevee for the first time that I've ever in any Pokemon. And I figured, what better thing than sorry, I laughed because I almost forgot to turn off the starting screen. Yet again, that would have been terrible. Lost a whole nother episode. So, I started mining because I felt bad that I just sat there and did nothing while I told that whole house fire story. And I showed you guys my dog last episode. Now, I'm also going to warn you that these episodes are going to be a little pre-recorded. My computer seems to be having some issues right now. And I don't know what's causing it. So we're just going to do that, right? I don't know what else you would do besides close everything in the background. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That kind of sucks. Alright, back to what I was saying now. So I started mining a little bit, started working my way down. I feel like I'm pretty close to hitting a pretty good sized cave, so I stopped. Now, last time I told the story about my dog, and that was the first dog I ever had, or my family ever had, if you know what I mean. Like, my mom obviously had animals before that, but that was the first family dog, so that one meant a lot to me. And I don't know how everything went over. I did post just the story part, and I want to keep doing that, right? I want to have a whole collection of my stories. I want to have my watermark on the world, my history stain. Okay? Look at the map. Right? You see what I see? When I go this way and I hit map. I didn't know it was that bad. Jesus, I only saw this part. This is huge. Oh, they're everywhere. Never mind. It's probably a bunch of different ones just overlapping. Never mind. Although that does look like the fortress, no? So, that's so cool looking. Anyway, I apologize. There are Pokemon around. I think that's a Chansey, and that is a Ghastly for sure. Okay, that's my Eevee. Coal guy, don't know, the moon guy. Okay, that's cool. So now the question is, yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend this. About a good couple blocks like that, right? And then I'll start a little jut out sideways, try to find it. And if I can't find it, I will just continue the mine normally. So we gotta make sure we do it right. And then, so right in here, right? It'll be a staircase into this room, followed by another drop off. Now, I think I'm gonna have this room split. Okay. Like a little T-split at the end. Now the reason for that is going to be, I'm going to have one of these going straight and one of these that go downwards, right? So just based off of that alone, I do feel like I'm doing the right way. Yeah, if this pocket doesn't put me in this cave, I don't know what's gonna... I'll have to go the other way. Damn, for real? Now that's crazy. Loud. Now we are kicking some butt. Taking some names. Now that we did that, right? We gotta fix what we messed up. So we're gonna go inventory. Then we bring it up here, right? Because we're gonna have to bring this cave to me. And I think I already see the best way to do this. So break that. 8. Right, and then once I do that, I'll have a nice safe way down that like lines up with it pretty well. And then from here, we can just explore. Find some friggin' iron. Finally. Just enough for a pickaxe. What a joke. Okay. So we are gonna light up this part of the cave. Now there's so much copper, which is good. Don't take me wrong. Right? We need the copper. But we don't need that much. So if we just keep going, I would like to be able to have monsters on to be able to scare us something in these caves, but it's not seeming that way. So much copper. so hard for me not to grab. I know I ran around it twice because I really wanted to grab it. Rat-a-tat. Such a high level. A roly-coly. Well, see if he has anything in his hand. Nope. Now, that's pretty cool. Hmm. Silly. Confused. Where would it be? It's gotta be up from me now, right? That's gotta be the problem. That's pretty cool. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna strip this of resources real quick. Now, find an end. Level 11. Yep. Just gonna keep ticking away at you, boss man. Sorry. Don't mean to do you like that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm sure you understand. Yeah, we're just gonna go back this way. I apologize. I know this seems fruitless. I haven't grabbed anything. What am I doing? It's because I have an inventory full of stuff. The only thing I really need is iron. It may be coal. That's a big maybe. What is that light over here? So this is my shit. An actual moon. Level 39. Get out of here. Leave me alone. So, I don't know if you guys enjoyed story time last time, or if that's something you guys would like to see more of. But I don't mind telling stories, as long as they don't hurt anyone involved. Like, the house fire was very easy, because that's very clearly my story to tell. And no one else can tell that story from that viewpoint, the way I did. But I even asked my mom if she was okay with me, because I made jokes about her doing stuff on purpose that was clearly jokes, but we all know how the internet can be. And she was okay with it, of course. Darn. I have a lot of copper. Like a lot of copper. Like a ridiculous amount of copper. So, if you want to ask me anything about these stories, or about any other stories you might hear or might heard of, I am more than happy to answer any questions you have. The only issue would be, like I said, I'm only refusing if it means that someone involved doesn't want the story told. Come on. Maybe my mouse is just dying. Maybe I'm tripping the whole time and my mouse is just dying. Wouldn't that be awesome if that's all it was in the end? So we're just gonna go like this, make a row on the top for cobblestone. Bink, 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 bink. Yep. Get me on a name train. I'm just kidding. We're gonna make another stack of stairs. Not a stack, but another thing's worth of stairs and a site. Then gravel. Then diorite. Oh yeah, no, I needed that. And then throw those up there. These guys go right here like that, right? We're gonna go make some more pickaxes and go grab the rest of that stuff. And mess up terribly. That sucks. I mean, like, I guess not that bad. I'll make it work. It's just ugly to have it switch like that. Hmm. If we just do it like this, right, and then we break out another block layer on top, no one could be mad. Except for me when I tried to go home and couldn't. When I was out of these, I used them all for bridges. My gosh. What was I thinking? Alright. Now that we got that done, we're just gonna try to grab all this stuff up real quick. Hope you guys understand. I'm kind of big on making sure I have a bunch of resources when I need them. And it's not seeming like I'm gonna be able to find that, thingy. Anytime soon. So instead, we're just gonna get as many resources out of here as we can. I was excited to find that because I know it had chests in it. I know the chests have like actual randomized loot for the game in them, so they'll be good, or not actually random, but like they'll have Pokemon loot in them as well, which is awesome. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna be made out of copper. What can we build out of this much copper? Maybe something with like fishing. Something for the poke fishing. I think that might be cool. Now we're gonna go this way. Break it all up. Yeah. This is gonna be pretty fun for me to just mine these resources, but I don't want to make you guys sit through it. So I am going to pause the video, okay? Now, I will be back shortly. For you, it'll be a second. For me, it'll be a minute. Alrighty, so we're back and we're getting not necessarily our butts kicked, but we're also trying not to kill this guy now, right? Hear me out. We go ditto. Or why not? And then we're gonna try to catch him. But I wanted to make sure you guys were around for when I tried to catch the Pokemon. I just did no more than brought him down a couple points. Using all of the Pokemon to my advantage that I had. And I caught him. Now, I got so distracted by the fact that Pokemon started spawning down here. I forgot where I was. Diglett. Level 9. Let's see if we can't. Take that guy on out. Okay, we go up here, I remember that much. And then we can find our way on out. Now we just did a bunch of mining to get a bunch of copper. So that way we wouldn't have to worry about it and we can make a bunch of Pokeballs. And then we can get back to the Pokemon side of things. Well, this is that loop around, I know right where I am. Okay. Sorry guys. We're working on it. We're still getting turned around quite a bit. Maybe I don't know where exactly I'm going, but I'll get there. This is cool. Where is this? Where does this go? An Aaron? Okay. Now, I am a little lost, because I'm so smart. Now, we're just gonna keep running until we see the light. Guy looks cool too. Do I have any more? I do have one more Pokeball. Megan. He is adorable. The little dinosaur guy. I think I just killed him. Fuck. Well, that was short-lived. He gave me a Yachi berry. Half the damage taken from a super effective attack. That's really good. Now we're gonna get out of here. We aren't really not even that far down when we were mining all that resources. So now that we're back, we're gonna go make a bunch of Pokeballs, right? Because I want to start catching some of these guys that I have not caught before. Now the reasoning for that is going to be so that whenever I get these guys maxed to their evolves and I decide whether or not they're worth keeping around, right? I can either get rid of them by keeping them in my PC forever. You are so cool looking. Oh, shit. And if that doesn't work out, I can always use them on my team. Alright, so we need this. We need this. We're gonna do with this. What? How do you make a... How do you make a copper chest? Can you make a copper chest? Huh. I don't even see chests. No, not trap chests, just normal ones, please. Oak copper chest. Oh. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna see what that does. We're gonna grab these out. Make 2 chests. Completely encase them in copper. Okay. What if we just do the corners? What am I doing wrong? I'm quite confused, but if the game says so, apparently I cannot make a copper chest or put copper on the outside of this one. So as you can see, I got a bunch of copper, which was the main thing that we were going for, like I said, because we want to make Pokeballs. So now that we got the copper, set aside, we can grab the other stuff out. And we can start putting this stuff away. Okay. Then we go from there to here, to here, to here. to here. Back to here. Alright. Now we're gonna run over to the Pokemon side. I get the feeling I might have made some mistakes. So I'm gonna move the copper to the Pokemon side, right? That way it'll be over there for when I create the Pokeballs. Cause yeah, now I'm using my brains. Now, E. So then we get them with the cooked copper, and then the uncooked. But first, we gotta make sure we get this rest of the stuff out of here. This process goes a little faster with the copper. Bang, bang, with the bang, bang. Never mind, that's a real song. I can't say that. So then, now that we're over here, you can just shift, run the cursor over everything. Grab this, shift, run the cursor over it all. And then once that's done, we have a chest full of copper to make a bunch of Pokeballs. And I think we should take our first full night's rest in our room. Now, in one of the episodes that I lost, I got this. It's called a Waystone. And I'd have to click one of these to be able to teleport. So if I have to find like one of those big villages or something like that, I should in theory be all good to go and should be able to put one of those outside of it and be able to teleport right from my bedroom. Now, for the last little bit of this video, for about 10 minutes, I'm going to grab apricots and battle Pokemon, okay? And then I'm going to be doing that a little bit off camera as well. Just because I don't want to torture you guys with progress keeping not being made ever, it feels like. Now, real question is, in the beginning, why would you ever place the seed back on the tree? Why wouldn't you always plant a new tree? I mean, look how many apricots one tree has versus one more apricot. That don't make no sense to me. But I don't know. What do I know in the end anyway? And these Pokeballs are going to be how we make the reason they're so important is because they're going to be how we make the maps to the areas. If you know what I mean, like the trainers. So every Pokeball is associated with a different crafting table for the trainer's maps. And once you get all that done, you're good to go. Now, yell at me when you see I don't have the EVO, because we need to get his friendship up. And the best way to do that is just by getting him to walk around with you. And by doing battles with him. With the low levels. But in the meantime, we just gotta look for some apricots. I see another tree over there. We're gonna run that direction. Another pink ones. Let me see what this tree over here is. Do 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 do. The red ones, these ones are awesome. Very important. Too bad there's like 3 of them right there total. Okay. Weevil. Weevil. I wish I knew how many battles I was gonna have to do. Beetle. I'm at 40, using the one-shot a Weevil. And then we check the crew stats. Another 41. So 1% friendship for that, and plus a little bit for running around. I'm pretty sure we were just at like 20. So it doesn't seem like it's going to take forever to accomplish. It will suck though. And once we get our Eevee's friendship that high, it seems like we can just get it to evolve into which one we want by leveling it up under a certain circumstance. And I need that. Give that back. Thief. Thief in the wind. Thief in the wind. Here seems like a good spot to mess around and try to get some more of these. No, give me one of the friggin' seeds. You suck. What kind are you? Ooh, the white ones. Fancy, fancy, fancy tree, fancy, fancy, fancy tree. Straight up, a mom and its babies. That's crazy. Alrighty. I want to get one of these red ones before I go, and then I can end the video. right, Evie. Keep doing these steps with me. Get that friendship score up. Doing great. You're doing great. What is this one? This is so not helpful. I have a green one. This is kind of cool though. What a spot. What a super cool area. It's a turtle. So that's pretty cool stuff. Too bad there's not iron sitting out anywhere. That would be really useful. Could use a bunch of that. I'm thinking I'm gonna maybe try to do some of the Minecraft side off camera and just do big builds or builds with stories, and then do like the Pokemon side, because that's what this whole cobbleverse mod pack is. You know, it's all about the catchings of the Pokemons. It's not about playing Minecraft. You're cool looking and very hidden. Very nice job hiding. So, I lost where the red ones were, but they were somewhere around here. Lechonk. Lechonk. So many Lechonkies. That sounded wrong. Sounded like I was saying so many fatties. I did wrong. For being a little big, am I right? Crafty man, or yo, what you playing? Minecraft, dog. What do you mean? Oh, okay, we made that. We're goats. Why we decided to park our way home? I don't know. Do I regret my decision? Hell no. We're just gonna head home in our defeat. Okay. Come on. We can do it. I believe in you. Now we're running forward. We've made it home. We have a visitor. Too bad vampires are not allowed in my house. Alright. I screenshotted? Whoa. That's really cool. So it goes by day. Bunch of spooky booze. That guy looks so cool. Too bad we'll have to try to get him next time. Alright, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And a good night. And as always, peace, love, and happiness.